should have got
Welcome into the latest edition of the Stealing with the Boys podcast. I'm your host, Junie Riddle, here, along with my boys.
Juan Williams.
Coach Campbell.
Fellas, mixed feelings for today. You know, we've been talking about all the controversy that's been going on with the Steelers, what we want, what kind of direction that we're looking for, and the future that we want for this team because, you know, we're not I know me and Trey at least are not feeling what's going on right now. Juwan's still hanging on for dear life with his belief in this team this season. But it is Ravens game day, fellas. And listen, as a diehard Steelers fan, as much as I know how much I want change and how much I know that if they lose and don't finish the rest of the season strong, that change is more likely to occur. But guys, I can't sit here and say that I don't want the Steelers to go into Baltimore and whoop that ass today in the bank. There's nothing better than winning in the bank. There's nothing better than sending those purple and black jerseys home upset and pissed off. There's nothing better feeling than going in and getting a win in Baltimore, boys. So I can't say that I don't want to see the Steelers go out there and get a big dub today because every ounce in me is just bred for them to win this game, boys. I don't know how y'all are feeling on this game day, but let's hear. Juwan, how we feeling today? What are we doing for the game? How we feeling about today's matchup? What are our initial feelings going into Baltimore?
I'm a little nervous. You know, I don't want to see us do another 3-game skid like we did last year. I just can't. I just can't do it. Look, we finally got MVS to start. I mean, not start, but activated. Got Adam Thielen playing today. You know, a lot of noise around Mike Tomlin and his contract extension and if they're going to do it or not. This is the game, so it's all up to Tomlin. This is a Tomlin. This has to be Tomlin's game, and I mean, that's all I got on that. Because if not, then
Then Juwan's on the fire Tomlin train. I hear you.
and then now I'm on the hot seat. I'm on the hot seat now.
Oh, I'm excited for this game. I just want to honestly. Tomlin is making some changes by making Roman Wilson. We just saw is inactive for today. Bringing up MVS from the practice squad finally. Went out and got Adam Thielen off waivers, which is, I mean, I think it's an underrated pickup. He's a veteran, a leader. He's still a good route runner. I mean, I saw some. I know it's practice clips, but Duke can still move at his age. He has very good hands. Like he's not going to drop the ball like DK does here and there. And now we kind of have like a good mesh of receivers right now with DK being kind of our number one, Thielen being that slot guy that can create separation, and then MVS taking the top off the defense. So I'm hoping they use all three of them today. I'm hoping they get some looks at least. Like, I mean, you have nothing to lose at this point. And then Calvin Austin's still there. But I just want to see these guys actually play. Like if we elevated them and got them on the roster and they go out there and play 5 snaps, like I'll be very upset. As well as like Pat Freiermuth. I know there was a bunch of talk this week about Pat Freiermuth not getting snaps and things like that. I think that might change today, and I think that will create a spark. He usually has pretty good games against the Ravens, so I think that would create a spark. I'm starting to talk myself into being a little bit more optimistic about today, but I think that's just because I want the Ravens to lose so badly. Like I can't talk myself into being like, oh, I don't want to win this game when it's the Ravens. Like every game against the Ravens count. I don't care if we're 2-8. Like every game against the Ravens count. So I don't know. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna change it up today. Watch it from home and just really lock in on this game. But I'm excited.
So a few other inactives. Y'all mentioned that Roman Wilson will not be active. They're moving up Marquez Valdez-Scantling and also Adam Thielen, who they just picked up. But Kyle Duggar is going to be out of the mix. So maybe a little bit of Jabril Peppers gets in there alongside of Jalen Ramsey. Obviously we know that Broderick Jones is going to be out. Derek Harmon is going to be out as well. And so also Calvin Anderson will be out. So some offensive line depth. I'm looking at who's out for the Ravens today. Not that much. I mean, these are all kind of backups. Cooper Rush, their emergency third quarterback, backup guard, Ben Cleveland, but no one really of note is going to be out. So this is going to be a pretty healthy Ravens team coming into today. And again, for the second week in a row, the Steelers are going to be going up against a team that just previously played on Thursday Night Football. So the Ravens are also coming off some extra rest as well with their miniature bye after their loss on Thanksgiving Day to the Cincinnati Bengals. So, fellas, let's go ahead and get our official score predictions for today's game. Trey, I want to bounce it back to you. Then we'll hit Juwan, and I'll wrap up with our official predictions on how the game is going to go and what the final score would be. So, Trey, let's go ahead and what is your final score?
All right, let me just mention one thing. I think this is the Chuck Clark revenge game. You mentioned
Ooh.
Chuck Clark. I mean, he used to play for the Ravens.
Well,
And,
well,
and no,
He's
no,
also been terrible this year.
I know,
I say,
but he's playing the Ravens. Come on, like he has a chip on his shoulder today.
Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen has not
Patrick
played
Queen
well.
too.
He played well against the Ravens in Pittsburgh last year, but did
Yeah,
not play well in either game. And he was sick in the playoff game.
and
But either
he's
way, he did not play well in either game in Baltimore. Another game for him to really step up and show that Baltimore fan
alo-
base what they're missing out on.
along with like the Steelers Twitter being all over him this week, like a bunch of former players and everything. Like, there's a bunch of people that should be motivated and should go into this game, with a chip on their shoulder. And also to mention, Lamar Jackson was on the injury report half of the week this week too. Even though they had that long rest, he was on the injury report, didn't like limited participation.
And let's say this. I mean, he just flat out has not been the same guy since coming back from injury. He's probably still playing a little bit banged up, obviously getting some extra rest in practice. When you watch the Ravens play, the way he's maneuvering in the pocket, his speed, it's not the
It's
same.
not the
He is
same.
still banged up. So this is not necessarily MVP level Lamar Jackson that will be out there today, but still can be deadly in certain
Oh
instances.
yeah. I just wanted to mention all those things before we got into it. But man, I don't know. I woke up this morning just thinking like it could. I don't. The Ravens Steelers game. You never know which way they're going to go. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. Um, did I talk myself into the Steelers winning? I might have. I I might have, boys. I don't know. Shoot. I'm going to take the Steelers today. I'm going to take the Steelers today.
Really?
I'm going to take the Steelers today.
What's your score?
Um,
And how do you think it's going to go down?
I'm gonna take the Steelers. I'm gonna take them winning. Let's go. 23-17.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
23-17. Um I don't know. I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it today. I think it's gonna go down. It's gonna be a defensive battle early. I think we get a touchdown early in the game, not in the first quarter because we don't score in the first quarter. Um, but we get a touchdown in the first half, and then the second half, it's kind of reminded me of this like when Kenny Pickett went into Baltimore and won it. I think it's going to be something like that. Like there's going to be a late touchdown that puts us ahead, and then our defense gets a stop on fourth down to end the game.
Okay. Juwan, what about you? What's your score prediction, and how do you think the game's going to go down?
Are we doing matchups or no? We're not doing matchups right now. Or are
You
we?
get. Oh, we did. Yeah, I guess we skipped the matchup portions of the show. But either way, what you can kind of tie in your
Throw it in
matchup.
your prediction. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna because it correlates. So my matchup are the two quarterbacks, Lamar and Aaron Rodgers. Actually, I think like this is their first ever like matchup against each other.
Yeah.
So this is Rodgers' first welcome to the I feel like AFC North rivalry. I know we played Cincinnati and we played
Well, the
Cleveland.
backup quarterbacks,
Yeah,
yeah.
before this, but this is the real welcome to the AFC North rivalry, and I'm ready for it. Lamar does not look great at all. Uh, he's very gimpy. Um, I mean, I give it to him for coming on the field and like keep executing and keep producing, but like he's really hurt. And also on the other hand, wrist, Aaron Rodgers is hurt. So it's gonna be a battle. And I really hope Rodgers can really step up. I just want him to turn the headset, whatever is in here in his ear and his helmet, turn it off.
Cut
Just
off.
just audible. Just audible the whole game. Please. Just audible. But uh my score prediction, I think the Steelers win, but this is what I have to say about that. The first team to 20 wins the game. So
I
I
think
got
easily.
so I got the Steelers winning 20-17.
That was gonna be mine, but I'm like, I gotta get Boswell in there kicking field goals,
20-17. All right. So my matchup is going to be the Steelers receivers going up against the Baltimore secondary. I feel like it's just shaky. Some games Baltimore secondary looks better, and then some games they just flat out look terrible. And teams can take advantage of that. And so with the decision of making Roman Wilson inactive, I'm personally not a proponent of that, but I get why they're doing it. And can these guys come in and make a difference in such short order? I don't know. But this is the game that they're going to have to, because I feel like Steelers receivers haven't been getting open. Like Trey mentioned earlier, Pat Fryermuth hasn't been getting a lot of opportunities. I think he is our best receiving tight end that we have, and he's being underused. I think Jonnu Smith, especially after the miscue with Aaron, needs to take a little bit of a back seat to both Darnell and Pat Fryermuth, and I think it needs to be majority them two in the mix. And so I think it's going to be up to them and getting separation and getting downfield and using the middle of the field. And I think Juwan makes a great point. Like, if Aaron Rodgers cuts off the signal to his helmet and just starts drawing plays up in the sand, I think we have a significantly better chance of winning this game than if we keep doing the terrible schematics that we have been doing on offense. So with all that being said, I think that's what's going to come down to: the receivers making plays, receivers getting open, and more or less DK Metcalf playing like the wide receiver number one that we paid him to do, which he has looked outside of the first couple weeks of the season nothing like. So it's gonna be up to the wide receivers, in my opinion, today. I fellas, I to be honest with you, I'm really worried about today. I am not positive about this game at all. The way that the Bills ran that same trap play with James Cook 29 times last week, and how they just absolutely ran the ball over us, I feel like the Ravens are going to be looking to do something similar with Derrick Henry. Now, currently, I don't think that Derrick Henry is a better running back than James Cook as we currently sit today. But still, when he gets going and he gets his legs under him, and especially if he gets going early, that's going to make for a long day. And so, if there's ever a subliminal matchup on the other end of it, that would be it for me. And so, I guess maybe it's just recency bias, but I just don't. I don't have a lot of faith in the Steelers' run defense. Derek Harmon's not in the mix. The stats when he is in the game and how the Steelers play the run is significant, and he's not going to be in the mix today. And so I just have a feeling that the Ravens are going to continue to run the way that they did against us the two previous times that we played in Baltimore in the regular season and in the playoffs last year. And I think it's going to be a long day for us, boys. I don't have a lot of faith that the receivers are going to win the matchup that I'm hoping that they do. And I don't have a lot of faith that the Steelers defense can stop the Ravens run. And so I think that it's not going to be as ugly as Buffalo, and maybe they, kind of stick around in the first half, similar to how they did last week. But I am going to say that the Ravens win this game, 27-13. I think it's going to be another bad one. Ravens need this one. I think that they're the healthiest they've been. They're at home. They have extra rest, and I don't think that the matchups that we're needing to win this game are leaning towards us. And so I think it's going to be kind of another ugly game for us in that respect. And so I'm going Ravens 27-13. I think it's going to be another ugly loss for the Steelers.
Since I didn't do my matchup prediction or my matchup whatever, I'll do mine real quick. I actually have two matchups. The first matchup is going to be our linebackers, Patrick Queen against Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, and just getting them back in the mix. I Is Cole Holcomb active? I know he was injured and or had an illness for a while, so I don't know if he's back in the mix. But I'd like to see him in there in early downs. Malik Harrison's been all right,
He's not on
but
the
That's
injury.
another Ravens revenge game right there, Malik Harrison.
that's true. That's true.
And
But
he's
no,
a
I
run
feel like
he's a run stuffer.
he's a run stopper, but I feel like he hasn't been doing that great. Like Cole Holcomb,
I know.
those few games Cole Holcomb was actually playing the early downs, our run defense was better as well. So I mean, if Cole Holcomb get back in the mix and just have a good rotation there, like have the right matchups where they're meant to be, and that's where my second matchup comes in, is our coaching versus their coaching. Who makes the halftime adjustments? Who is putting their people in the right positions? Who's calling the right plays? I think coaching, like I feel like coaching is very underrated, and like people see players making all these plays and everything like that. But if you coaches don't put them in the right positions, man, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. Like we have names all over the defense. Our defensive coaches don't put them in the right positions. So I think coaching is my biggest matchup of the day. I know the Ravens fans. A bunch of my friends are Ravens fans. They are not happy with Harbaugh either. So I think both of these coaches are fighting for their jobs as well. Like, and I think they both know it. They both are on the hot seat a little bit. Um, so this comes down to coaching and stopping the run, man. Those are my two matchups.
I have so did y'all Trey, I don't know if you've seen it, but Julie, did you see that we got 4 coaching decisions, 4 players that's inactive because of coaching? I guess Tomlin.
No, explain that to me, please.
So it's Roman Wilson, Keyshawn Williams, I don't know who this is, Broderick Martin Rose, and Will Howard. They're all coaches' decisions, so they're inactive.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is, for special teams, I think Calvin Austin is going to be playing more special teams than playing.
Oh yeah, if Keyshawn Williams is out. I mean, he wasn't injured, I think, the last game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he kind of had a good start with his returns and had some big play, but since then it's kind of, I don't think the return game and the
You think it's gonna
decisions that
be?
he's been making back there have been as good.
I think it'd
You
be
think it's
more.
gonna be Jalen Warren or Calvin Austin returning kicks in?
Calvin Austin is gonna have. I think he's gonna make more impact returning kicks than on offense.
But Jalen Warren was the other returner before.
Unless they
Calvin
do,
Austin hasn't returned kick.
And don't forget Gainwell in there either.
Yeah,
Gainwell
I know.
could
I'm
be
just
a good-
saying. I'm saying Gainwell and Warren, are they going to be our two returners?
unless
Or
they
is
put
he gonna-
back in Caleb Johnson.
No,
To throw that out there. Never mind.
that's not happening. Caleb Johnson is not returning.
He was never a returner to begin with. So
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen back there would be pretty awesome.
I think
So-
the combo of Calvin Austin too. Any combo I'm cool with.
Any of those?
I'd say more punt returns for Calvin, and let's put Gainwell back there on kickoff return, and
Gainwell and Warren?
let's try and leave Jalen Warren off special teams and give him
who's
some
gonna be
more
the other
offensive snaps. Because you
gonna
want to
be
talk
the
about a
other
Raven,
returner?
you want to talk about a Raven killer. You want to talk about a Raven killer. Look at what Jalen Warren does when we play the Ravens. That he's the guy that steps up and matches that physicality for this kind of game. But fellas, we're kind of running low on time here. Let's go ahead and get into our steal of the week. I have the odds pulled up for us right now. Currently, the Ravens at home are favored by 5.5 points, and the over/under in this game is 43.5. Juwan, I'm going to start with you. What is your touchdown score? What is your player prop in this game? And with your score prediction, I believe was 2017. So you have the under. You have the under in this game.
Yeah. So my player prop to score is Derrick Henry. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Not bad at all. Not
Yeah.
bad. Safe pick. Safe
Yeah.
pick.
So Derrick Henry is my I was over here making a parlay, but Derrick Henry is my only anytime touchdown. I don't know. See, I don't know who for us will score, but I will say this. I want to read Adam Thielen's line is plus 1,000.
For
Okay.
a touchdown?
Yes. It's
Oh yeah,
1,000.
I'm
And
sprinkling on that.
Valdez Scantling line is 900.
Who? Count.
And
I'm sprinkling on Thielen for sure.
so, and I think,
He's a route running menace in the red
yeah,
zone.
as I'm looking, like, them are the only two lines that they're on. They're not even on the receiving props. They're not on nothing. They're just on touchdown. So I would say one of them. Just it will make sense how the hype is for Adam Thielen, a 35-year-old. The way we're hyping him up, I can see him scoring. But
I'm not going to say I see him scoring, but I definitely think he's going to get a few targets. That's for
yes.
sure.
And then my other one, I have Jalen Warren over 12.5 rushing yards. I mean receiving yards.
12.5 receiving. I'd take that.
What is Gainwell's receiving yards set to? If you guys
Gainwell's receiving yards over under 18.5.
Oh, I'm smashing that. He gets all those little swing passes.
You get him on one play.
Yeah, he can get that on one play. So yeah, I'm gonna take that as my player prop, and then my touchdown score is going to be. This is a tough one. This is a tough one today because, like you said, I don't know who's gonna. Let's go, Pat Frymuth. I think Pat Frymuth. All the talk behind him not getting 17 targets. Aaron Rodgers came out and said he needs to get in the game more. I think Pat Frymuth is our touchdown scorer today.
Man, you took mine because I was going to double up. I'm going Pat over on 17.5 yards. I was going to go Pat touchdown, but instead, because I really do I really just do think that Pat's going to score a touchdown for us. So I'll go a Ravens touchdown score here instead. I'm going to go Zay Flowers. I'm just go Zay Flowers touchdown. I think I feel like he always plays well relatively against us. And I don't know. I take that back. I take that back. I'm gonna go Mark Andrews touchdown score.
I was gonna say
Mark Andrews touchdown score.
He just got the big extension.
Yeah, he just got an extension. They love him there. We have struggled playing against tight ends all year long. So I'm going to double down for our touchdown score with Pat, and I'm going to go with their number one tight end, Mark Andrews, to score for them as well. And then Pat on over 17.5 yards. That'll be my steal of the week.
I would say this. Sprinkle a little on Calvin Austin. I know I just said Calvin Austin will make more impact on returning, but the last two games, he's had over 20 yards. Sprinkle that on plus 20 on him would be, wait, let me see. Let me check one more time. Plus 104 for him to get plus 20 yards.
Plus money, I like it.
All right. Well, fellas, I think today's going to say a lot. After the last couple weeks and the disappointing losses, the lack of adjustment, the noise that is being screamed around the internet and even in our own stadium, with how high pressure this situation is, the Steelers are still have a route to make it to the playoffs. And I think a game against the Ravens, your number one rival, historically games that have always been super close, they haven't been playing their best football. Their star quarterback isn't playing at an elite level right now. This game is going to say a lot. This game is going to really tell us where we truly are. Because at the end of the day, if we can beat the Ravens today, our chances of winning the division go over 50%. And I think if we lose today, it's like under 20%. This is a massive game for the season. And I know we've been saying that the last couple of weeks, but with how the Ravens have been playing and the situation that we are putting ourselves in, as every week is turning into a very crucial week. But when we're looking at the road against our number one rival, against a team that we are, most likely competing for the division against, it's not going to get bigger than today's game. And if they win, it's going to be huge. If they lose, and especially if they lose in an ugly fashion, I mean, it's really just going to add on to the pressure for change for this team. So
Somebody's
we will.
tear the city down.
Sorry?
Somebody's going to tear the city down because because Pittsburgh is built off of football. Football is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is football. If we lose this game, it's gonna be a riot. Okay, they're gonna go crazy over the fire.
For my friends that are in Pittsburgh, people aren't happy. They are not happy at all.
And I'm going to say this: if it's ugly today, and then they go next week on Monday Night Football against the Dolphins, and let's say, because this Steelers team should beat the Dolphins easily. I mean, they should, talent-wise, top to bottom. We are a significantly better team on paper. If they don't show, if they lose this game and then go on Monday night and it's a close game and it's not looking good, you're going to hear the noise twice as loud as it was when they played against the Bills. And so these are going to be things that we have to look out for and have to be paying attention to because, again, the noise has already started last week. And if the team doesn't start to get better, it's only going to get louder and louder. So we'll have to keep that in mind as we watch today's game. But any last comments before we wrap up and head to our game watching locations?
The Ravens will always suck. I'm saying it again because I do it every year. They suck. They're garbage. You're our little brother, and you're going to find out today when Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, discount double check.
Oh goodness! All I gotta say is I just my Ravens friends that are Ravens fans, Bruce and Shane and all them. You guys, I wish I was watching the game with you guys because I want to see you guys just be so angry because I've been angry the last couple of weeks. I just want to see you guys be so angry just for the week or just for the day, honestly. And I hope you have a great Monday. But we're winning today. I'm talking myself into it. We're winning this damn game, and I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. I'm not excited anymore. You know what, Juwan, you brought some optimistic tendencies out of me right now, and I'm gonna be optimistic today. And we're
Let's
gonna
go.
get a good one.
Let's go.
Look, Judy's starting to get into it. He's starting to get into it.
Hey, listen, I'm going to be pulling for the boys either way. I don't think it's going to go our way. And call me Mr. Negative, call me what you want, but that's just how I feel. But we got to get going. We got to get to our locations. We got to get ready for this game today. Less than an hour till kickoff. Steelers Ravens. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know the rival. Y'all know the history. It's gonna get physical. So for the Stealing with the Boys podcast, enjoy today's rivalry game. We are out.
Let's go.
Here we go. Let's go, baby.